Good morning. I'd like to thank the Los Angeles garbage pickup trucks for accompanying me on that intro. That'll be a fun one to clip and post as a morning riff, and we'll call it Guitar Riff Number 4, featuring an LA garbage truck in the background. What's up, everybody? It is, what the hell is today? It's a Wednesday morning, March 17th. It's 8 o'clock in the morning, Los Angeles, California. And it is a beautiful day to be alive and for a coffee cheers with the official coffee cheers mug of the Morning Coffee family. So coffee cheers to you. Thanks for tuning in this morning. I forgot to mention something yesterday. Today our first commenter in the chat box was Kim, and that's happened almost 100% of the time lately. And but yesterday, Bolo actually made the first comment in the chat, and I forgot to recognize it. Bolo won the contest yesterday. Not that it's a contest, but it's a contest. So what's up, Kim Diligentius? Liam says, good morning, Malan. It's a beautiful day to be alive, and it sure the hell is, man. I mean, we could all be dead. We could all have died in a car wreck. We could have COVID or coronavirus. We could all be, homeless in the hospital. And we're not. We're here on YouTube, hanging out. And that's pretty cool, because it means we're alive. Diligentius says, cheers, break a leg. I guess you mean like break a leg on today's show. I remember when I used to be in, what do you call them? Drama plays, like they would put on plays in Oklahoma when I grew up. And I was always into plays, and they would say break a leg before you went out on stage. Quarter Life, this is a funny one. Damn, dude, don't even know how I am subscribed to you, but very glad I clicked on the live stream. Good vibes, dude, yeah. You may not recognize me. You may have signed up a long time ago when I looked a lot different. I changed the way I look all the time. And I may have been talking about affiliate marketing or minimalism or something like that back in the day in the glass cage in the sky apartment. But either way, glad you're here, dude. We're doing this every morning. We play guitar, talk about trying to do something with your life. I try to entertain a little bit. We answer questions. I was going to say something. What's up, Micus? What's up, Liam? Says, I'm super excited, got approved to promote a high ticket offer today, now just to learn and create my first successful campaign, trial by fire. Yep, it will be a trial by fire. And I'll tell you what, your high ticket offer is actually going to be harder to run than a low payout offer. A lot of people make the mistake to think that because an offer pays, $200, that it's going to make them more money than an offer that pays $10. Might be true, might not be. The thing about an offer that pays $10 is you can spend a couple $100 and you pretty much know if it's going to work or not. But if it pays $200, you may have to spend $2,000 to figure out if that's going to work for you or not. Because the cost to get a conversion on a $10 offer should be around $5, $10, $15. But to get a sale on a $100 or $200 offer, you're going to have to spend somewhere around $50 to $300, $400 to get one piece of data, one conversion. So good luck with it. I hope it works for you. Try changing this light a little bit. Last few days, this light has been crazy. Super severe. I've got a replay down here. I'm going to see if that helps. I think that helped a little bit. Not quite so bright. But man, Liam, good luck to you. I hope it works for you. I hope this is one of those scenarios where you try it for the first time and it just pops and it goes crazy for you. Or at least you make some money and not lose a bunch. But expect to lose. Seriously, expect to lose, and then anything else that happens will be a miracle. This morning when I got out of bed, I checked my CNBC stock app because I'm watching the GME AMC stuff going on. And there was an interview going on with like a congressman who was, they were discussing regulating the stock market because of GameStop and AMC. And I might have had this wrong, but it's absolutely insane if I'm right what the guy was saying. There was a host. It was called Squawk Box. There was a host, and he was saying, if I have this right, that regular people like you and I, as opposed to geniuses at hedge funds, regular investors are too dumb to understand the risk that they're taking when they invest in these stocks like AMC and GME. And to protect us from our own stupidity, they may need to regulate the way that regular people can invest in the stock market. And the congressman, who was the other side, correctly corrected him. It gets even worse. If what I saw was real, he said, think about it. They need to know that there are no bailouts coming. He said, in the past, we've had to bail out people who lost a lot of money by doing risky things like this. He said, look at 2008. He said someone had to be blamed, so he pointed the finger at the banks and the big banks. And they had to be bailed out, and what retail investors need to know is that they're not going to get bailed out. Like we can't bail people out anymore. And it was like, wait a minute, did you really just say that regular people should be regulated on how they can use the stock market because in 2008 the hedge funds and big banks crashed the entire market and we, the regular people, bailed them out with our tax dollars? Therefore, to protect us from ourselves, we can't trade stocks on the stock market anymore, and the banks and hedge funds can do whatever they want because they're smart. I mean, that's what it sounded like he was saying to me. And the congressman, I forget who he was, said that that was ridiculous and that if anybody should be regulated, it should be, banks in these places, and regular people should be allowed to do whatever the hell they want. Which is a statement that I agree with. I mean, maybe I misinterpreted the way that the host was talking, but if I didn't misinterpret it, it's just a great, glorious display of how America works. And we're all screwed, and the banks and hedge funds get whatever they want because they own the news stations. They run both the Democrat and the Republican Party. Sorry to update you on that, but Republicans and Democrats both are not working for you. If they were, things would change all the time. But they're not, because they are owned by the hedge funds and the big banks. So when something like this happens and hedge funds get bankrupted by regular investors, what do? They don't say, well, good job to the retail investors. You guys figured out a loophole and beat them at their own game. They say, we're going to regulate the way regular people can invest so this never happens again, to protect the retail investor. And that's how public service works. You pretend to be protecting and working for the public while you are really working for the banks and your big donors. Everybody knows that's how it works. Hillary Clinton said in a secret meeting to the big banks that not to worry, that you have to have a public persona and a private persona. You have to have public views and private views and not to worry because nothing is really going to change. And everybody gets a pass. I saw today Hillary Clinton was trending something like, I'm still with her, and it's like, how dumb are we? I don't dislike Hillary Clinton. I dislike her as much as I dislike Ted Cruz. To me, they're the same person. Just corrupt, embedded in politics so long that they have no clue what life is like in a regular world, and they're working against us. So if they regulate the retail investors over this GameStop thing, that's going to be your signal that we're all screwed. America's not a free country, and that we're literally living in the slickest slavery of all time. The slickest way to enslave people is to convince them they're free. You know, we don't have cuffs on our hands and we're not in cages. But if you want to find out if America is a free country or not, try this. If we're really free, like free to do whatever you want, try this experiment. Make some money, some significant money, and don't pay your taxes for a year or two. And the politically correct way to say what happens next is you will be incarcerated until you've paid your debt to society, right? But what actually happens is large men with badges, white coats, chains, and handcuffs come to you, and they chain your hands behind your back and they chain your feet together. Against your will, they drag you out of your house or your work or off the street, and they lock you in a cage for years. And when you get out of the cage, you still owe them the money. So if America is truly a free country, that's the test. Are you really free? You can find out. Make some significant money and don't pay your taxes for a few years. And watch what happens. All of a sudden, it's China. We're in North Korea. And people just show up and put you in a cage. And that's today's happy thought. What I call acid thoughts. How did I even get there? Sometimes I do this thing where I just start playing guitar and talking and kind of forget you guys are here, and then I look up and I go, oh wait, I'm broadcasting on YouTube. You know, these are, I think free thinking is probably my favorite thing. And so if you hear me go off on a tangent, it's not that my feet and my opinions are like in stone. This is literally the way that I think right now, and it may be different in an hour, and it may be different tomorrow, and it may be different the next day. But today, that's the way my brain thought and the way my mouth spoke sounds out loud. What's up, Gene? What's up, Micus? What's up, Math? What's up, Sarab? We got a bunch of new people that came in while I was ranting. Oh, okay, Kim has given an update. Bolo was the first commenter in the chat yesterday, and Kim says, hey, I couldn't be here yesterday. That's what happened. Micah said, did Kim lose the early bird crown? Only for a day, and he was back today. Liam says, I'm absolutely expecting to lose money. Haha, thank God for the government check to throw at ads. Yeah, but don't get too freewheeling and fancy free, man. I want you to go real slow on your first campaign. Literally spend $10 your first day or $50 your first day. Don't try to YOLO it and jump in with your stimulus check and blow $1,400 on traffic in a day. There's about a 1-2% chance that you'll do well. There's about a 98% chance that you will lose everything, get no data, and you will regret it for a long time. I would use that. If you got a $1,400 stimulus check, I would spread that thing out, $50 a day, because when you launch your campaign, you're going to have a lot of excitement, and you have to go against that excitement. You have to remain calm. Just because it's new and it's fun, don't let your adrenaline get the best of you. First day of your campaign, if you've never done one yet, you're going to do everything wrong. So the first day's spend is going to be almost always completely wasted. So if you unleash it and it spends $1,000, you can expect to lose almost all of it. For little things like, oh man, the link wasn't working. My website was down. I had the wrong link put in the traffic source. Oh, I linked to the wrong offer. Oh, couldn't get it leads in that country. You're going to make a lot of mistakes. So limit your spend so you limit your losses in the beginning. My first days of paid traffic, I paid $50 a day. That was one time the offer payout. And even if your offer pays out 100, spend 50 bucks a day until you get comfortable with the way it works for a few days. And then if you get a sale, increase the budget. And until you get a sale, don't increase your budget. A lot of people jump in too fast and lose everything and then they quit. It's like when someone wants to lose weight, they go, okay, I'm just going to start running 20 miles a day. And they go out to run that 20 miles and they run about 10 miles and they've never run before. So they run 10 miles and they pass out. They have to call their husband or wife or friends to come pick them up and bring them back home because they can't even run back home. The next day they wake up in so much pain that they never want to run again. And they say, well, dieting just doesn't work for me. I tried working out and it didn't work for me. It's like you didn't try it. You tried it the way that I remember doing that myself. In Tulsa, Oklahoma, I was going to get in shape and I went and ran so far and so hard that I was so exhausted I couldn't run back to my car. I was down at the river, whatever river that is in Tulsa. And I gave up. The next day I couldn't walk and I gave up on working out, like it's just not for me. If you want to do that, what you do first is moderate your food, because I don't know what the math exactly is, but like if you get on a treadmill every day and you walk for 30 minutes and you burn, let's say 100 calories, I'm just making up numbers. Let's say you burn 100 calories, that's good. But you could have also, quote unquote, burned that many calories by not eating bread on one sandwich once that day. Maybe even more calories. So if you want to run for an hour, that's cool. Or you could just skip 2 pieces of bread and you'd be at the same difference. So be careful launching your first campaign, because everyone feels like they're just going to make it and it's just going to work, and that's not the way you do it. I have to talk people off that ledge in Mad Society all the time. They're like, I'm going to go nuts. I've got $8,000, man. I'm going to blow it all, so I'm going to spend it as fast as possible. It's like, no, don't do that. You have to go against common sense. In industries like the stock market and the affiliate game. You know, in the stock market, you buy stocks when they're falling, when they're in the red, and you want to sell them when they're in the green. But everyone wants to buy it when it's on the green and going up. And then if it starts to lose, they panic and they sell. That's how you lose. That's how you go bankrupt. But if you only buy stocks when they're going down, and then you only sell stocks when they're going up, it's much, much harder to lose. But you have to go against basic human instinct. So start very small in the affiliate thing, with a goal of making $1. $1 a year. Then once you figure out how to make $1, try to make 5. And as you slowly climb that ladder of realistic expectations, not only will you be rewarded by feeling success every time that you hit one of those small goals. I made $1, and you're going to be jumping up and down, and people are going to go, why are you so excited? And they don't get it. Because they're thinking in the way the general public thinks. How many hours did you work? Months. How much did you make? $1. You shouldn't do that. You can make more money working at Subway sandwiches. Yeah, but I made this $1 on the internet, and the sale actually came in my sleep. They go, so what? You could sweep floors at a hotel and make more money. It's like, yeah, no thanks. I'm going to keep plugging along here. And then you make $5, and then you go, well, that's better than 1, but it's still nothing. This is what happened to me. Then you'll make your first $1,000, and they'll go, well, that's pretty cool. Now, what are you doing again? And then when they see you doing really well, that's when the phone calls start coming in. Hey man, can you show me how to do that real quick? You mean this thing that mentally worked on and fantasized and obsessed over for 20 years or 10 years before I hit any money and you guys were all making fun of me. Now you want me to show you how to do it real quick? Okay. How many websites have you made this year? None. How many websites have you made last year? None. How many websites did you make in your life? None. I don't know anything about that. Well, what in the hell makes you think you can have an online business if you're not interested in the internet? What you're interested is in money. And you can't teach someone interest in a subject. I always liken it to a dentist. Imagine you were a dentist and you went to school and college and you became a dentist. It was your dream from childhood. Your uncle was a dentist and he did really well. So you work all through high school, you take all the classes, you go to college, you become a dentist and you spend hundreds of thousands of dollars on education to set up a practice, hire a staff, you're at risk, and then it starts doing well and you start making a bunch of money. And your friends and family come up to you and go, hey, could you show me how to be a dentist real quick? And you go, what? Yeah, I want to be a dentist. It seems like you're doing really well. So could you show me how to do that real quick? Like, what if we hang out this weekend? You could show me how it all works. And you go, well, I could try. Like, what's your level of, where's your education? Did you get a degree? Or what books have you read? Or what's your current pool of knowledge? I go, I don't know anything. Huh. So are you interested in teeth? They go, no, not really. I mean, I am now, seeing that you're doing well. And you go, okay. So first what I'll need to do is teach you to be interested in teeth and dentistry. Yeah, that'd be good. That'd be a good place to start. And then you could just show me how to open the practice and start making the money. And affiliate marketing is the only game where people really do that. Could you break it down for me real quick on a phone call? Maybe we could jump on a call. It's like, well, that phone call might need to last for a decade. That's my rant on affiliate marketing and dentistry. What are we talking about? Let's see what you guys are doing. Politicians only care about getting reelected and that's it. That's hands down true, and it's all of them, Democrats and Republicans. And until you understand that, you will be a goofball waving a blue or a red flag going, these people really care about us. Those people are there to separate poor people. You know that, right? Politics, that's what the job is. That's why it exists. Keep poor white people and poor people of color separated and angry at each other. Because guess what the most dangerous combination for like the government would be? That would be if poor people specifically of all colors came together and decided, screw the Democrat thing, screw the Republican thing. We're all going to work together. Because right now, poor white people and poor people of color hate each other the most, right? That's the game. You got the poor white people on one side with the Confederate flags and the poor people of color over here with the Antifa and Black Lives Matter and everything. The reason that that's happening like that is because if those two groups were to come together as one group of poor people, change would occur. That's where change would occur. So in my opinion, today, at this hour, the goal of having a two-party system is to separate poor white people from poor people of color. And I'm speaking in generalities. Of course, there are poor people of color who are conservatives and poor people who are white who are liberals, but I'm saying in general. That's what I see right now. It's like this really simple game that they've set up to keep all these groups from coming together. Because right now they're more at each other's throat than they've been in a long time. And that's the game. That's why the news is so hysterical and everything is so divisive on both sides. I mean, when Biden was elected, he was talking about unity. I almost threw up into my coffee cup. Like, what are you talking about? You guys are just as bad as the other guys. I'm standing here in the middle going, what's going on? Like, how can you call for unity after your party has been involved in some of the most divisive stuff ever in the last 4 years? Literally calling for people to be harassed and, dealt with in the streets. Like, all of them. Dozens of politicians were saying that. Harass the other side, don't let them eat in restaurants. Who's the genius? Maxine Waters said harass Trump supporters at every chance, chase them out of every restaurant, let them know they're not welcome here. It's like, what? And then call for unity? I'm not saying one side's better than the other. What I'm saying is they are the same. And they both suck. That's just my opinion of the day. Oh, I like this. We got coffee and donuts, and we got coffee and a peanut. Sacred Beats, what's the coffee and the peanut for? I like it, but I don't get it. Coffee nut. Maybe coffee nut? I gotta hear this, Sacred Beats. I gotta hear this. Sacred Beats says, yeah, when I get the government check, it's all going to ads. Nice. Income tax is ridiculous when you think about it. They should have plenty enough with regular consuming taxes. Yeah, taxes are a mess. I don't think anybody in the world would, of course everybody wants to keep more of their money, but me personally, I would have no problem paying taxes if I knew where they were going and if there was any accountability to where they go. But what happens is we pay in billions, as you and me and you, we pay in billions per year in taxes and it just disappears, literally disappears. And that's why people don't want to pay taxes. Because they go to like some cocaine and hooker fund for the, mayors and congress people and presidents and vice presidents and politicians. That's where it goes. Fund wars, like all this terrible stuff. But if you got an itemized thing that you could check, like I want to pay I'm paying $10,000 in taxes. I want $5,000 of it to go to kids who need supplies for schools. And I want $5,000 to go to helping fix the roads and highways. If you could do that and then they could show you where it went, just a little bit of accountability, I'd feel much better about taxes. But at the current way it is, it's like you just throw it into a bottomless pit of corruption and war and cocaine and prostitutes. Nowadays, I don't get notifications on time. How many of you guys have the notification bell clicked on this channel so when it goes live, you get a notification? If you get a notification, just do a thumbs up. And I see we got an explanation on the coffee and nuts. He said, no big deal, I just think squirrels are cool. I was thinking about that, like maybe coffee and squirrels. And this pregnant squirrel today was hanging on my back door screen upside down, like looking in the window trying to find me or trying to get into the house. Getting super aggressive, these pregnant squirrels, man. I might be the only YouTube channel that can jump from playing the guitar to talking about affiliate marketing campaigns to talking about not liking the government and how poor people can come together and take over the world, immediately to pregnant squirrels. That's what I love about the Morning Coffee fam. It's an open book, man. Micah says squirrel kebabs, just saying. Yeah, I might have a squirrel kebab. Sacred Beats is telling Liam, if you spread out your budget over a week, it's easier to make optimization decisions. True. Yeah, I just want to avoid Liam jumping in with, because, people get a stimulus check and they're like, let's do it. $1,400, let's hit it. And that's how you lose everything. $50 a day, until you're breaking even or profitable, and if you don't break even or profit, you turn it off after a certain amount of time. High payout offers are going to be harder because you're going to have to spend a little more. Your initial test could go on for a week. Just expect it. 7 full days. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. $50 a day, you will have spent $350. If you don't get any sales, that might be the end of the test. The only exception would be if other people are dominating with it right now. Then you might try more. That's why Mad Society exists. Our users, like our members, pop up, they write a follow-along campaign and tell us what they're doing, and we talk them off a ledge in some cases, cheer them on and give them advice. Christopher Lowe says, good morning, boys and girls. Stefan says, cheers from Sweden again. Looking forward to this one when I go to bed as usual. Yeah, man, thanks for stopping by. Pants is here with coffee and sunshine. August is here, and you're late. You're in big trouble, August. Similarities between dentistry and affiliate marketing. Find out what's not working and fix it, the why. Now, that's not what I was talking about. Was how people, affiliate marketing is the only industry where people will come up and go, can you teach me how to do what you do real quick? And I likened it to something like if you became a professional basketball player, it could be that. And someone sees you making $100 million a year and they go, hey, could you show me how to become a professional basketball player real quick? You know, I'm 30 years old, I see you're making a lot of money, I'd like to try. He goes, well, what does your game look like right now? What have you done? They go, I've never played before. Are you interested in basketball? No, not really. Well, what makes you think? Well, you just seem like you're doing real well and you're not a very smart guy. Figure I'm smarter than you. If you can do it, I can do it. That's affiliate marketing. I like that. Note to self. Remember that one. Claudine says, I get a notification every time, thumbs up everywhere. Okay, so it is working. Coffee, squirrels, and guitars. That's quite a specific target group. Yeah. What's my product that I could sell you guys? How to play the guitar, how to raise pregnant squirrels, how to make coffee. This is about as real as it gets for me, though. This is just me hanging out on the couch playing the guitar and talking to you guys. There's no 5 steps to success or anything like that. Gene says, I like it when people who've never built a website approach you to learn affiliate marketing. Yeah, that's my first qualifying question is, how many websites have you built this year? And they'll go, none. You know, but I'm on Facebook all the time, you know. You know. I can post images on Facebook. Like, okay, how many websites did you make last year? None. You know, I'm on Twitter though. I use Twitter a lot. You know, I've got 500 followers on there, and you know. You go, how many websites have you made in your life? I go, none. I'm not really interested in websites. I just see that you're doing pretty well and you seem like a dumb guy and I could probably do better than you. If you can do it, I can do it. But you can't teach someone how to be interested in a field. Just like find something that really speaks to you, whether that's making a birdhouse or making websites or playing a guitar on the streets for money or going to school to be a lawyer or a doctor. Go do that. And then let someone come to you later and go, can you show me how to be an attorney real quick? I'm not really interested in it, but it seems like you guys make a lot of money. Left-handed picking today, you're reversed, or Chet Atkins. Yeah, that must be a YouTube thing because I'm definitely picking with my right hand. But yeah, man, affiliate marketing is a fun game. Just tread lightly, go slow. It's not about coming in bombastic and I'm going to take over the industry and I'm going to do all these things. That's the end. I have never seen someone succeed that has that mentality. I'm going to be a millionaire. I've never seen a single person succeed in the affiliate game with that kind of an attitude. Almost everyone that I know, and these are people who make a living, 50 grand a year doing affiliate marketing, and some that are worth $50 million and fly around in private jets and have all kinds of businesses and dozens of employees and all this stuff now. They all came into the game just trying to make $100 a day. Just trying to find a way to get away with working on the computer and scraping by. So instead of the mentality being like, I'm going to turn this $1,400 stimulus check into $10 million, see if you can turn it into $1,401. That's your first goal. If you hit that, try to turn it into a $1,410. Then, make it $1,400 or $1,400 and $1,500. See if you can get it to $1,500 after that. And set these incremental goals that are realistic. Or you run the risk of being one of the 99% of people who come into the game bombastic. I'm going to do it, and they blow $3,000, which is their life savings, in 3 days. 0 sales. Turns out the offer didn't work at all. It was broken, and now they're out of money, and they tell everybody they know, it didn't work. I lost thousands. It doesn't work. And we have reached a part where we have an uncomfortable pause. We used to say this thing in high school, in every conversation of 2 or more people, there's a pause every 5 minutes. And when you start paying attention to that, it's true. If you're talking to someone or a group of people, every few minutes there will be a point where everyone kind of looks around and goes, and then a new topic will pop up later, maybe, or it may be time to go. It's like, well, let's wrap it up, get on out of here. Billy Bell says, how's the new country leaning music coming along? I haven't worked on it for a few days. I've been working on it less and less right now. I go through phases. Sometimes it'll take me a week to get in the studio, and when I get in there, a song kind of pops out in about 2 hours. But it takes me 8 days to get up there. But I've got 7 or 8 songs done. They need to be mixed and maybe mastered. But they're done. I'm trying to see if I'm going to add this one last song to it. If I record this one song, which I actually recorded 15 years ago, kind of a really country song called Oklahoma Weather. I might add that. One of my best friends asked me if I'd put that on there, and I have to consider it. Then it'll be done. My goal is to make enough money to buy a pizza every week. There you go, Kim. That's realistic. What's a pizza? $16 a week? I mean, $16 a week, there was a time in my life, and still to this day, I get easily excited. If I make a sale on a campaign, the first conversion, and I'm up $1, I'm through the roof. But a free pizza a week, man, if you had told me that when I was 18, 19 years old, if I could afford a pizza a week messing around with the internet, I would have locked onto the internet. Try to get a pizza with extra cheese next week. I love that goal. Bolo says a $10 daily test budget on 3 different offers is what he's saying. Aracely Chavez says, wow. And Aracely is brand new. So welcome to the stream. Teach us guitar lessons. Oh my God, no. Buy yourself a guitar, and someone else on YouTube who's way more patient and way better, who understands what they're doing, can teach you. I play on accident. Christopher Lowe says, hey Kim, pizza money is very much possible with a beer cheers. Thoughts on binary options, don't know anything about it. It's even lower here in Italy, about $10, 10 pounds max. Yeah, so, or what is that, a pound? I don't know what Italian money is. I am part Italian. Never been though. Don't really eat Italian food. I'm a closet Italian. Kim says euro. Yeah, so 10 euros you can get a pizza. And that's totally doable. A pizza a week, I love that goal. Mine was always $100 a day, but a pizza a week is a great place to start. That's like 10 pounds, you know, $13, something like that, $12, I don't know. We are 42 minutes into it. And you guys are killing the game. We are at nowhere near breaking a record today. It seems like everyone's lost interest in the morning coffee family, but that's okay. They're probably out spending that stimulus money. I saw a thing on Twitter yesterday where Fashion Nova sent out a text the day everyone got their stimulus money, asking the 80% off coupon for the store, and they said, let's spend your stimulus check wisely. Here's a link to an 80% off sale at Fashion Nova. Here's the thing. If you get a check from the government for $1,400 and you use it to buy clothes, if that's the way you live your life, you will remain poor forever. Forever. If you have food and if your necessities are taken care of and you get a check for $1,400, that's not $1,400 to spend, it's $1,400 to save. Put it in a high interest rate bank account or put it in the stock market. Get it out of your life, pretend you don't have it. If you spend your stimulus check on clothes and shoes, you will forever be poor because it's a way of thinking. When I learned that money's not for spending, it's for saving, it changed my life. Because let's say that you're working a job and you're basically breaking even every month and you don't have much left over, and someone gives you a check for $5 grand. Most people, myself included previously, would say, wow, $5,000, what could I buy for $5,000? What do I need that costs $5,000? Oh my God, I could get this guitar and buy this new pair of shoes, and there's this new jacket that's really cool. I could get all that. I could get a new couch. But if you think about it the other way, I've got a check for $5,000. How can I turn it into more than $5,000? Well, you can put it in an interest drawing account or an index fund. And now you have what's called a nest egg. And that $5,000 that you put in, let's say you're age 25, and instead of blowing it on bullshit that you won't even remember buying, you put it in an index fund. 40 years later, when you're 65, that $5 grand is going to be like 150 grand. The math, I just made that number up. It's going to be more than $5,000. And once you can make that mental switch, I've got $5,000. Money's not for spending, money's for saving and creating more money with. Obviously, if you need food, buy food. But if it's a new pair of shoes, no. If it's new furniture, no. You want the new jacket from whatever brand? No. You want the Louis Vuitton purse that's $1,200 and now you've got them? No. You do that, you're going to be broke forever. And most people will be broke forever because we are trained Well, they say we're moist robots and human beings are trained to spend. I love that everybody's talking about pizza money. Affiliate marketing for pizza money is dope. I haven't had pizza in a while. Not this year. I don't think I've had pizza this year. Been almost 100% carnivore. I have keto-friendly Halo Top ice cream on the weekends. Oh my God, it's so good. And it has almost no carbs, almost no sugar, and it's loaded with fat, and it tastes so good. It does have some sugar in it. 600 calories for a pint, and it's worth every calorie. Yeah, this year I'm like under 30 carbs a day as an average. Most days it's under 20. Works for me, boss. Rambo, what's up? Rambo says it's wild that you're an introvert, but you have no fear being on stage. Yeah, that's very common. I would say there's a large portion of people on stage, actors, stand-up comedians, musicians, whoever it is, who do well on stage, but are terrified of people just on a regular basis. So you can take a guy like me who's very introverted and gets kind of nervous walking into a party, doesn't even really want to be there, I'd rather go home. Put him on stage in front of 1,000 or 3,000 people or whatever, and it's no problem. It's a totally different thing, especially if you have a band with you. You're up there with your friends, there's thousands of people, you can't really see them, the lights are on, and your adrenaline's up and you're performing, and it's just great. But then afterwards, they want to talk to you. It's like, oh God, I'll try. That's where alcohol comes in handy. I started affiliate marketing, this is Gene. I started affiliate marketing so I could afford $200 a month for a cleaning lady. Fast forward 4 years and I've tendered my resignation at my day job as of Monday. Dude, that is huge. That deserves a coffee cheers around the world. Gene just quit his job as of 2 days ago. I did see you post that on Instagram, but let's recognize it here on the Morning Coffee family. Gene has been around for 6 years or something. I met Gene at a conference many years ago. And he's been fighting the good fight, running affiliate campaigns, trading crypto, trying anything to figure out what will work. But he always had this day job. And to be able to leave the day job, that's the key, man. It's really like exiting the 9-to-5 game is the success in affiliate marketing. Remember what I've talked about on here before. Success in anything doesn't mean that you're a superstar and you make millions of dollars. Success is that you get as good as the professionals at the job, whatever that is, whether it's playing the guitar and singing or running affiliate campaigns. If you can get as good as the pros, you're successful. The other half of it is to never quit. You can never stop. Because if you're a musician and you get as good as the professionals, you've invested a lot of time. And if you quit, you may quit right before the magic happens. Same with affiliate marketing. So that the fact that you've lasted this long with the day job is remarkable, dude. And to quit now, it's the best day of your life when you can quit your job. And I hope you quit correctly. I hope you didn't, everybody can F off and I'm out of here and you'll never see me again. I always hated this place and you suck and you suck. I talked about that in one of my most popular videos on YouTube, which I hate because I look so silly and I'm using hand gestures and all this stuff. But it's the truth. So you've just pulled off what that video that has almost 100,000 views talks about. You played the game, you did it in your spare time, you had a job, and you split your time, and then you kept earning more and more money until you're even or break even, and then you leave in a good way, with a good attitude. Because you might be back there in a month. So congrats to Gene, man, that's dope. Anybody that can exit the machine is, dude, that gives me energy for the rest of my life. I love that. Everybody's congratulating Gene. You guys are really cool and supportive. They're out there buying baby gorillas and stuff. He's talking about GME. The best way is to save at least 30% of your salary in general. Yeah, that's good. But what I've heard recommended is 80%. And you go, how could I save 80% of my money? You just make the math work. Because if you're saving 30% you're going to be able to retire much later than if you're saving 60% or 80%. And people go, okay, well, that doesn't seem reasonable, but it's reasonable. If you live in, let's say, Tulsa, Oklahoma, and you have a job that pays $24,000 a year, let's just pretend there's no taxes. Well, I guess we'll have to deal with taxes. That's $2,000 a month. After taxes, let's say you end up with $1,500 a month. I don't know what 80% of 1,500 is. I have no clue. But you have to find a way to build a lifestyle where you can save more than half of your paycheck every time you get paid. And if that means renting a room at a friend's house, that's what that means. If that means not having a car and riding a bike, that's what that means. Because the sacrifices you make are temporary. And the money as it piles up in an index fund is permanent. And when you reach that point to where you can hit the 4% rule and you can live off the interest in your index fund investments, you will never have to work again, as long as you don't inflate your lifestyle. Because I would rather rent a room in a friend's house and live off of investments and scrape by than work a 9-to-5 and have a nicer, a bigger apartment and a newer car and have all these, electric bills and the new iPhone or whatever. It's all about sacrificing now so that you don't have to sacrifice later. But if you can do 30%, that's better than zero. Most people are spending 30% more than they're being paid. And boy, I understand it, but that's a dangerous game. What's up, Jonatas? What's your personality type? I have no idea. I've never taken a personality test like that. I don't really believe in them at all. I just think it's another way people distract themselves and something fun. I'm a type 3, 1N. I've never cared about any of that stuff. No big deal if you do. That's cool. I'm not into tarot cards either, but if you want to read tarot cards, I have friends that do that for a living. Pretty interesting for them. So Gene says, anything is possible, man. Stick with it. That's right, and it should be known. It's harder to pull this off if you have a wife and kids, or a husband and kids. Because there's just more people to feed, more bills to pay. See, if you're a single person, it's a lot easier. Because you can go, okay, I'm going to eat tuna fish. I'm going to eat 2 cans of tuna fish a day. And I'm going to drink water. And I'm going to figure it out. I'm going to live in a room, no furniture, a laptop, and a bad Wi-Fi connection. And a lot of times if you have a family, that won't work. Stuart says, oh man, I missed it again. Do you start at 8 a.m.? Yeah, usually around 8 a.m. PST. Fresh whiskey in the house. What's up, man? Let's see. August asked Gene, were you profitable at the beginning and you kept your job as a safety net, or what? That's usually not how it works. You usually lose money in the beginning. And you use your day job to pay for your losses. All right? Then you slowly figure out how to break even. Then you figure out how to make a tiny little bit of a profit. And then hopefully over time that grows and grows until it's close or equal to your work salary. And that's when you start planning your exit. Save up some money. All of your affiliate side hustle income goes into savings. If you make $2,000 in a month doing affiliate marketing and you buy a microwave and a new pair of shoes, you will lose. And you will be broke for the rest of your life. But if you save all that, put it away till you have 6 months or a year's worth of money to live on, then you quit your job, and then you don't spend any of your affiliate money on anything but ads at a big risk. And you give it a shot. And it's a gamble. You roll the dice. You'll either be full-time affiliate marketer after that, or you'll be back at work going, hey, can I get my job back? Diligentius says, we out here. And Diligentius is an INFP-T. See, I don't even know what that means. I'm definitely a creative weirdo, introverted naturally, but I also like attention. I mean, the way that I describe myself is wild, because I'm caught between like many different types of personalities, just depending on the time. I've been called multiple personality by almost every girlfriend I've ever had, because I swing. And one day I'm a country boy playing the guitar, and the next day I'm a stock investor, and then the next day, back in the day, I'd be a drunken lunatic punching holes in the walls and crying. You know, they go, you definitely are, have like 16 different personalities. I find myself caught between many things, like I'm an introvert sometimes, and then I'm also an extrovert. And I kind of vacillate. Is that a word? Is vacillate a word? Somebody spell check me with vacillate. Is that where you go between two things? Like I go between feeling like I'm the greatest thing in the world and the worst thing in the world. Like I'm the best looking guy on earth and then the ugliest person ever born. I go between those two extremes, and there's really no middle ground. I work on trying to get into the middle ground and stay there, you know, and breathing and moving slow and meditation, all these things help. But my natural state is either everything is all good or everything is horrifyingly bad. So you tell me what personality type I am, because I don't know. Kim says scaling break-even campaigns plus a credit card equals free points. Yeah, a rewards card. Someone turned me onto that probably 10 years ago. A friend of mine, I was doing huge, gigantic campaigns, and I was running it all off a debit card. And he was like, man, you've got to get this rewards card. He says, like, I'm flying around the world and staying in hotels for free based off these points. When you run a huge campaign, you rack up tons of spend, and you might find yourself in a position where you're spending $80,000 a day and you're making back $80,000 a day. So you're breaking even. These are extreme numbers, but they are possible. And people go, why would you want to do that? Well, let's say it's $1 a point, you get 80,000 points a day. So even if let's say you run that campaign for a month, what's that, $240,000 that month, means you get 500,000 points in a month. So in 4 months, you would have 1,000,000 points. With 1,000,000 points, you could fly around the world and stay in hotels for a few weeks or months. So you're breaking even, but you're winning. And I've had a reward card running forever. And it's true. I haven't paid for a flight or a hotel room in a long time. The only time is when I'm in a small town and they don't have, they're not a part of the program, so I'll have to get a little motel room or something. But Vegas, New York, LA, even places like Tulsa, Oklahoma, Dallas, Texas, always free hotel, free flight. And that's one of those other kind of side streams you can set up. So even if your campaign's losing a little, you're still winning. You're racking up rewards points like there's no tomorrow. Your friends want to come visit you, I'll fly you in. You don't have money for a ticket? Here, let me put it on my card. Let me use my rewards points. About time to wrap up. Kim, Jean, August, everybody, Diligentius, Stuart, great to have you here this morning. Bolo. Kim says, I take the personality test every year, and every year it changes. Yeah, I mean, those things I don't think they're real. And I don't think you should live your life according to what a test says your personality type is. I think those kind of things, it's kind of like getting your fortune read. It's a lot of fun. Hell, I'll do it. But I'm not going to like do what they say or give them any money. August says, a lone wolf like adventures and daydreaming. Malan is an INFP for sure. I'm not. I refuse to be categorized. Because in an hour, I might be a different person, and tomorrow I might show up here and be a magician. That'll be my personality type. Today, I'm a magician. And see, one of the things I like about streaming on YouTube now as I become more comfortable being myself in front of you guys, one of the reasons I used to stop streaming was because I was like, well, I don't want to be that guy anymore. All affiliate marketing tips and tricks and stuff. What am I doing? I want to be a musician. So I'd take all that down, start posting music stuff. And then I'd be like, well, kind of bored with this. I'm going to go back to talking about affiliate. So I'd take down the music stuff and put up and it's like, this is my YouTube channel that I have had since the year YouTube started. It's gone through many phases. And I'm just cool with all of them. So if it's a video showing me telling you how to make protein ice cream, which exists, or me talking about deadlifting, or how to quit your job, or it's me talking about growing up as a country boy in Ada, Oklahoma and singing songs, that's the channel. And a lot of people, sometimes people complain and go, why don't you make more affiliate content like you used to? And it's like, I am, dude. I'm a living example. Probably the only living example who's not bullshitting you. I mean, there's other people who aren't bullshitting, but most of them are bullshitting. And they present themselves in a way that's going to attract a certain type of person who's going to be open to the idea of paying them to coach them and course them and all these things. And when they turn the camera off, they're a completely different person. They may have never even done the thing that they're going to teach you in 5 simple steps how to do. You know, a lot of YouTube is just people repeating what other people are doing. What you do is you look at the videos. You want to grow on YouTube? Go find the videos that are around your topics that are extremely popular, watch them, steal the headline, change it a little bit, and put up the same type of video. And if theirs has 10 million views, yours will probably get 10, 50,000. I mean, it will do well because people are actively looking for that and watching it. But when you do that, when you chase clicks and streams and all those numbers, you end up becoming a part of the problem of YouTube, which is inauthenticity. I mean, how many people start their YouTube by going, hey guys, welcome back to my channel? Almost all of them. How many of them do a day of eating? Or how many of them post a video about their morning routine? That's a great trend that's hopefully dead now. I don't know anybody who ever posted a morning routine blog post or a video in previous years who still sticks with it every day. Like those, I did one. Got a lot of views, tons of views. And I was doing it at the time, but as far as like that lasting, nah. Does making money change your personality or your soul, or what's your take? Money's weird. When you make enough money that you don't have to worry about money anymore, it solves one problem, and that's money problems. And what I noticed is that when your money problems are solved, that allows, money problems are a big distraction that actually can help in some ways because you're so worried about how we're going to make the bills this month. And you're at work and you got to do all these things that you don't have a lot of time to think about those creepy things that are in the back of your head bothering you when you can't go to sleep. And it's the reason why you got to drink before you go to bed. So when you can eliminate the job and you can eliminate the worry about the bills, everything else comes up. Childhood pops up. Relationship pop up, self, you really have to look at yourself. And this is why you see a lot of people who make like $1 billion. They go through the phase of, buying Ferraris and mansions and all this stuff. And then they usually end up becoming Buddhists and getting into meditation because that's the game that they're playing now. They don't have to worry about the money problems anymore, but it's everything else. And sometimes the everything else is worse than dealing with how am I going to pay the electric bill. But I saw a great thing on Twitter the other day. It said, money can't buy you love, but poverty can't buy you anything. I laughed my ass off. So money does help you forget about your money problems, but then you have to worry about everything else. Christopher Lowe says, don't stop, let the music play and freestyle it. Yeah, that's what we're doing. And my trick is, I wonder how many people will show up to see this on a regular basis. And right now, the numbers of viewers are fairly close to where the old Periscope days were. Periscope days, at its height, we would get 100 people at a time. But a lot of them were just passers-by who liked the title of the stream and popped in to try to figure out what I was talking about. And maybe 50, 60 people really knew who I was. And here we are doing it again, and it's roughly the same numbers. They're smaller now, but they will grow. They are growing. And I wonder what happens if I'm just myself. And I think this is going to be the new internet and the new YouTube and the new everything. even the biggest players are they've already started toning down their channels, like from being, you know, like the Jake Paul, Logan Paul's type stuff where it's all shock and pranks and crazy stuff. Or they're trying to pretend to be perfect and like, I live a perfect life with a perfect diet and here I meditate every day and I'm in great shape. And they're coming out and going, you know what, this YouTube channel almost killed me. You know, there's a girl, Stephanie Buttermore, who is a fitness YouTube person. And she was extraordinarily ripped, winning bodybuilding competitions, just all muscle, but she was tiny, veins everywhere. And after years and millions of subscribers, she came out and said, look, I have an eating disorder. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to start eating and I'm going to gain weight and I'm going to become healthy and try that. So her YouTube channel now went from being about being in the leanest, rippest shape possible to, oh my God, that almost killed me. Yeah, I couldn't have a period anymore. So now I'm going to start eating and I'm going to gain a bunch of weight and I'm going to share that with you guys too. And I'm going to show you how this works. I'm going to try to recover from the damage that I did on this YouTube channel over the last 5 years. And I think the new internet may be people being more authentic in the future. I hope so. Sacred Beat says, my dream is to buy a $50,000 mobile home for a dope 10-acre property. Man, you're speaking my language. That's all you need. I had a friend who I started my band Rewake with. He was the original drummer. And he had a trailer on a bunch of land and he lived out there. And it was, I mean, people shit on trailers like, oh, you live in a trailer house. No, well, okay, let's call it a manufactured home, because his home that he was living in was nicer than any place that I'd ever had. And he had tons of land and he lived out there near some of his family, and it was in the middle of Oklahoma in a very tiny town. And I used to wander around on that property in the woods with a guitar. One day I was playing the guitar out there and about a dozen cows approached me, and I did a I was nervous, but I did a full concert for the cows. I just started playing songs. Well, how are the cows doing today? I'm out here walking around. Well, I hope the cows don't attack me today, or my ass will be buried in the ground. So let's just move it on over, move it on over, move it on over, cows. Let's just move it on over, move it on over. I'm going to walk backwards to the trailer house now. And I sang them a bunch of songs. But that's the life, man. I've made that turnaround myself. I went from wanting to be the fanciest guy in the world to going, what am I doing? I'm probably built to live in the woods somewhere, you know. Diligentia says, cow mugs, that's the new move. We're gonna make cow mugs and cow t-shirts. What's up, a cow? Good morning, good morning. People are showing up late. What do you think about channels that pop up exposing gurus? I think they want attention and they use the gurus' names to draw you in. So they're actually using the guru to get attention. I actually just saw one yesterday, a guy named Noah Kagan who runs the blog OK Dork and runs the AppSumo company. He's doing that exclusively now, and he did an interview and talked about it. And he said, when I started doing like exposing rich people, those views went through the roof. So I think the people who are exposing gurus are really just trying to kind of become a guru themselves. They want that attention. So it happens a lot in the fitness world. Like the guy Kino Body, he's a guy, you know, genius marketer, but he's pretty annoying and people hate him. And he just uses that as fuel. You got to give it up for the guy, man. He's done really well with his YouTube channel, but people will he gets millions of views on his videos, tens of thousands, millions, whatever. And these smaller YouTube channels will use his name and call him out and say he's on steroids or whatever to try to get attention. So I do think that their videos are helpful. I mean, the Ty Lopez ones that I saw explain the whole thing, that he doesn't own any of those properties, he doesn't own any of those cars, and that he has a bit of a checkered past and all these things, as we all do. But I think that the general goal that they have is they're trying to get attention using that person's name, and it works. You have a great country voice. Thanks, Billy Bell. Yeah, it's something I tried to hide my whole life, and now that I'm letting it out, it's just naturally country. It's so funny. It sounds like my dad's voice when I was a kid. Christopher Lowe is laughing his ass off. He says, let's move it on over. Move it on over. Move it on over now. Let's move it on over. Move it on over. I'm walking back to the trailer house now. Let's end it on that note. It's getting ridiculous. So if you're watching the video, whether it's the live stream or the replay, let's do the thing where you like, comment, and subscribe. Be sure and like the video, drop a comment, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell and all that stuff. Move it on over to the notification bell. So some people are saying that they have signed up for notifications, but they don't get them, and that's a problem. But it's a problem we can't fix, so forget about it. All right, thanks for tuning in, guys. Congratulations. What do we even talk about? We got to get poor people of all colors together to take over the government. They're going to set regulations that make sure that regular people can't get rich on stock trading. Watch for that. If that happens, you'll know for sure that we're screwed. We're all really slaves. We just don't know it because we've been convinced we're free. And if you want to test that theory, don't pay your taxes and they'll come lock you in a cage. What else do we talk about? Singing songs to cows in a trailer house out in the woods. The personality tests, I don't take them. And you want to make pizza money with your affiliate marketing campaigns. Don't try to get rich, try to buy a pizza. Hilarious, man. And we're an hour in, 72 minutes. Oh my God, this is the longest stream we've ever done, and I got to go. I had no idea. I thought we were at about 45 minutes. Campaigns are starting to take off. I need to check GME and AMC and do my thing. It's monster time anyway. As a little check, GME's at 220, which is too low for me right now. AMC is at 1324, which is pretty good. I'm up on AMC, the shares I'm holding, and I'm down on GME, the shares I'm holding. Because my cost basis is a little too high. But you gotta have faith. Yeah, you gotta have faith. I want to touch your body because not everybody's got a body like you. Yeah, I'm delusional. I need caffeine and some water. Thank you to everybody for tuning in. This might be one of the most fun episodes we've ever had. After the stream of this video, you guys go drop a YouTube comment that says something that we talked about today. Give me your thought on what we talked about, what you thought the funniest thing was that we talked about today. What was your big takeaway? Don't put it in the chat, put it in the comments, and I can respond to you there because when I post these videos, it takes about 24 hours for them to process, and then the chat replay doesn't show up until it's processed. So go to the comments after the video is over, refresh the page, and post your highlight from today's video. Thanks to everybody for tuning in. Aracely, Diligentius, Kim, Christopher, Jean, T. Fiver from Ireland. Hey, am I crazy or is it St. Patrick's Day? Let me pull up my calendar and see if it's St. Patrick's Day. I had no idea, but you said Ireland and I remembered seeing St. Patrick's Day. And I will tell you this, Mr. Ireland, I did a test on one of those DNA testing systems a long time ago, and it told me I was Greek and Italian, which I was expecting. But then it updated its results and it said I'm more Irish than anything. And I don't know if that's true, but right now my DNA test shows that I'm more Irish than anything, which would explain the drinking. Oh, what a great and beautiful day to be alive, man. It's St. Patrick's Day on the Morning Coffee family, and we didn't even know it. We could have done a whole theme. I could have dressed up in a green outfit. So, this is why I love to do this, man. To start the day off with goofiness and laughter and, some advice and takeaways, and you try to be serious and help you guys and entertain you guys. But at the end of the day, we're just laughing and goofing around. So tell your friends this is a fun place to be, and maybe we can make this YouTube channel into something bigger than what it is today, a little bigger all the time. I'm going to have to buy some green THC drink. You can get them. They sell these big 100 milligram sodas with THC in them, and just drink the whole thing tonight. That'll be much better for my system and for my police record than drinking alcohol. So everybody have a great day. Happy St. Patrick's Day. That's what happened. We're 76 minutes in and almost an hour and a half, and I gotta go. Have a great day. Blessed be all of ye. Like, comment, subscribe, post a comment, do whatever. And I will see you all after St. Patrick's Day. And hopefully you won't be in jail. I will see you in the future. Sad chord. And that's it. Happy St. Patrick's Day, everybody. Thanks for tuning in.